Okay, can you confirm in that question section? Are you able to hear me, everybody? Or if you want to speak up, you can also speak, not an issue. Hello? Hi Mujahid, hi Laksha, hi Bishal, hi Sanjay, hi Namrata. Are you able to hear me? Can you confirm? Either you can use chat box or you can use question box. Anything is fine. Questions is very good. Okay, you can use questions. Yeah, Mujahid. Thank you for confirming. Can you confirm Laksha, Bishal, Namrata, Sanjay? Are you able to hear me, Laksha? Do you want to speak up? If you want, I think just confirm in this chat box, Laksha. Ravi Kumar, Sanjay. Can you say hi, everybody, in this question section so that I can get to know that you're hearing my voice? Okay, good. Thank you, Laksha. Thank you, Mujahid. Okay, very good. Ravi Kumar, can you confirm? Sanjay, Vishal. Hope my side is no problem with the network. Okay,
Hello?
cool.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah, Ravi Kumar. Yeah, are you able to hear
Yeah,
me, right?
hi. Hi, good evening.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And Sanjay, can you confirm? Okay, good. I'm just going to make it. Okay, cool. That's fine. Now let's start our discussion. Quickly, I can give my introduction and then we'll move on further. Look, I want to take it from you as well. Uh, we are in the 8 people, right? So just quickly, we want to, where you are right now, what's your skill set and all, just wanted to take it up quickly. Okay. So friends, I'm Ravi here. I have, say, total 16 plus years of an IT experience. Out of that, from last 10 years, I'm there with the DevOps, okay, with the cloud. Okay, so I played multiple roles. Initially, I just worked as a Linux administrator. Little, Java touch also there, development activities in between, but not too much. And more on administration side, Linux administration, virtual machines, performance simulations, performance issues, observations, and the performance level in the productions and all. So with that experience, I got a chance to work on in a DevOps side. Okay, there. Okay, work for different clients, like kind of an Apple, Microsoft kind of Apples. Kind of clients, some insurance business point of view, telecom side and all. I just worked on it, and even British Telecom also I spent little time on administration side. So that is about little bit my background. Okay, I'm the mentor for my team as well in the previous case, but now it's completely there with an Intellipaat, and with sometimes I'm going to take it up corporate trainings as well in a DevOps side and the cloud like AWS and Azure. That is about little bit my background. Okay, so quickly I wanted to take it up why DevOps is important, and if you want to take it as this role, DevOps engineer as a role, DevOps architect as a role. So what are the things are required? What you have to take it up? How to enjoy with this role? That's what we want to take it up today. Okay, and
Yeah, Ravi.
here,
Okay.
yes, and here we are going to take it up. What are the prerequisites I can say strongly believe it's required for DevOps engineer? Okay, even if you don't know also, not a problem, but you have to focus now on words. So that's the intention here. So as a DevOps engineer, what prerequisites required you want to play for that role, right? One is, I can say, Linux administration. Either of the one. If you know a little bit about administration, it's really fantastic. You can easily enjoy with this role. So Linux, Windows, either of the one, and if you know both, it's really good. Administration, like how to log in a servers, how to create a server, and what is a user, how to install packages, how to start a service, how to secure your services. Those level, if you know that, really good. That is one of the prerequisites. Okay, if you are already touched upon this already, then it's really good. If not, you have to spend time on this front as well. Good. Next step is one programming language is compulsory, friends. It may be anything. It may be a shell script, or it may be a Java, or it may be a Python, it may be a Go language, or it may be a C++, anything. If you have one programming background, little, not too much of programming, just if you know basics, if I give a code, maybe a Python code, maybe a shell script or anything, you should be able to navigate it. You should be able to execute it. You should be able to identify the exceptions. Fair enough. Okay, so strongly here, I can believe that Python and the shell script. If you know that, fair enough. Other things you can easily work on it. So I'm not saying that required to learn all. Okay, if you know one basic programming, anything, C, C++, Java, Python, anyone, because same thing is going to be there other languages. Only thing is that syntax is going to be different, right? So that's the reason you should be able to know about these two things, friends. Okay.
Hello, Ravi. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, Ravi.
Can we take C# as a programming language to
Anything.
become a DevOps engineer?
Yeah, anything. That's what I'm saying. Because CR,
Okay.
sheet or anything, definitely you have a
Like,
if condition.
because I trained in full stack.NET, so they have given training on C#.
That's
I
fine.
don't know Python and shell script.
But no worries. But if you know
Okay.
.NET, you touch upon
Okay.
one. Okay, Python just 2 to 3 hours, 2 to 3. I mean, 1 week if you spend it, you'll get it automatically because you
Okay.
know already. How to execute it, a .NET program, how to write a program like what is a function, what is a if conditions, what is a loops, right? That's fair enough. That is going to be you're going to apply in a Python if required, or shell script. You can check it out. So for example, you know what is a for loop, the basic part. You're going to search it out how to write a for loop in a shell script. You'll get it. Make sense, right?
Yeah. I sense. Yeah.
Oh, so, good. That's one thing. And Mujahid, you're saying that I have no knowledge on programming. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry. You have to start it now. If you spend 1 hour daily with some basics, fair enough. You can able to get. So only thing is that here, practice, friends. If you start it and if you just ignore it, it cannot work out, honestly speaking, right? So we should able to, whatever we are going to learn it, you should able to practice it, either your way, either with the training or whatever, no matter. Fine, good. That is one thing. Another important aspect. Okay, So previously, just if you take it 2-3 years back, if you check it out, these two are main important components. Now, cloud also going to be an important component now as a DevOps engineer. Okay, one cloud platform you should be able to start it. It may be AWS, or maybe a Azure, or it may be a GCP. But widely, definitely I can say AWS. Some basics you should understand. Because once you jump into the project, a DevOps project, definitely one cloud going to be there. It may be AWS, it may be a private cloud, it may be Azure, it may be a Google Cloud, it may be some other cloud also. So we don't bother about that. But there's some basic cloud stuff, like what is a platform as a service, what is a infrastructure as a service, and what is a software as a service. If you understand that concepts, you are good in that. Okay, cool. This is really good. I mean, these are the things are prerequisites. Now, if I ask you that, why you are interested to take the DevOps, right? Definitely something you maybe heard from your friends, maybe market trends. Definitely, right? Surroundings and environments, you will going to get to know that, right? What is DevOps and that. So if I ask that question, can you give an answer on that? Why DevOps is important? What kind of activities you are going to perform as a DevOps engineer? If I ask this question,
Yeah, it is a combination of
give an
development
answer?
operation. It is a combination of development and operation. It will involve. It is like a cycle, interconnected with each
Okay,
other.
superb. Fine. Any other friends? Any other? Mohammed, Mahid. Yes, it is an incremental delivery. Nice point. That is also. Any other important points? Okay.
We can continuously monitoring the application is possible in DevOps. It is automatic process.
Okay.
It doesn't involve manual intervention.
Super. Avoid the manual stuff. Super. 1 point. Okay. Okay. Continuous monitoring. Nice point.
Uh, Next one is
Okay.
continuous configuration. Configuration is also easy.
Right. Configuration management. Super. Nice point. Any other friends? Yes. Orchestration of automation. Nice point. That is also, it comes. Goes ahead. Good. And installing the applications to multiple systems at one go. Good. That is
Yeah,
covering
that is also one of. Yeah.
Covering with the configuration management. Yes, it is agile in nature. That is also a very good point. And incremental delivery. That is nothing but continuous deployment or continuous delivery. Cool. Any other points? Collaboration. Can I say that? Yes, collaboration with the team members. Everybody should be able to collaborate quickly.
Yeah,
Nice
we
point.
can collaborate that work in some repositories. Yeah, that is possible.
Exactly. Good. Any other points?
Continuous monitoring is also possible for the application.
Yes. Yes, it is covered. Yes, continuous monitoring, continuous integration also going to be covered, right?
Yeah, continuous
Because
integration is possible.
this part, orchestration of automation, that is nothing but a CL. Cool.
Okay.
Good point. And the provisioning. So nothing but what? All these are all going to be taken up. One more important point is that infrastructure as a code. Your jobs as a code. So these all things are like nothing but a automation. We are writing as a code. We don't want to go manually and do something configuration, installation, and all. We don't want to take it up. Yes, continuous testing is also going to be come into the picture. Nice point, maybe. Right? Testing applications at a small amount of time. That is nothing but a continuous testing. Good point. Okay. First of all, why we are
continuous building the application is also very easy in DevOps. Some tools are present.
Yes, that's what. Yes, that will be comes under here, continuous integration. We are integrating
Okay.
multiple activities, cloning the
Yeah.
code, building an application, testing an application, storing an artifacts, scanning your
Yeah.
applications,
Production.
security and all. Very good. Nice point. Okay, now one more point. First of all, these things are we are taking over, of course. For example, you are buying one product in the sense what? You are facing one problem. Agree on the statement? I mean, you are buying in the sense you need something. You are not able to do your regular activity. That's the reason we are going to take a new product, or new framework, or new tool. Agree on the statement? Right? Just example, I'm just I need to daily go an office, for example, but I cannot walk daily. Maybe one time, two times it's okay, but regular I cannot. So in that case, I have to do something. I have to buy vehicle. That's what I'm going to look into that automatically. Based on the problems, we are going to find the new solutions or new products. So same thing, we are going to do that in our DevOps activities, friends. Okay, so nothing but what? Whatever problems we are going to face are facing as part of our project, we are going to fill it up. So nothing but what? We are going to provide a services to the team as a DevOps engineer. Let's take it up. What kind of services and what kind of problems we are going to take it up? Okay, take it as example. Leave it all these DevOps, blah, blah things and all, keep it aside. Now we are in a team. Okay, so we are from like a development background, administration background, design background, for example. Okay, so these things are we have. I mean, administrators, developers, and design team is there, and the manager is there. Now you got a project. Maybe it's going to be a telecom project, or maybe a healthcare project, or it may be a insurance business project, or it may be anything. For example. Okay, now the point is, you need to start this project. What you are going to do that normally? We have to properly, you have to collect the
Collecting the information and make it easy.
exactly. So nothing but what we have to follow SDLC steps.
Yeah.
Simple.
Software development life cycle. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Ravi.
So for this case, what are the things going to be there? What are the steps going to be there as part of the SDLC? Nothing but requirement gathering,
Yeah.
analysis, design.
Coding.
So that is, we can say, implementation. As part of that, coding, testing, and deployment. Okay. I mean, we are getting little background noise. Thank you. Yeah, coding, testing, and deployment. Cool. Then next, what we can able to maintain that application. Maintenance also important. So once you deploy an application, it should be up and running 24/7. Then only customer feel happy. Whatever they'll do the transactions should able to. So nothing but what? These are all phases. You can take it up multiple steps, not a problem. I'm just giving a broader way. Cool. Now these things are done. But somebody need to implement this concept. It's a theory part. It's a process, but somebody need to implement this process. For that case, we are going to use different models. Like example, waterfall model, agile model, lean model. All these things are we are going to use it. Okay. Then in that case, how we can able to use it? If you take it an example, waterfall model, it's just a sequential order. Just name it. I mean, the name itself will differ, right? Sequential. So whatever you are going to take an application, you are going to perform these activities sequential order. First, you have to complete your gathering part, analysis, design, implementation, and maintenance. Okay, so waterfall model is doing great job, of course. If you take in an architecture straight away, I can get it from Google series here. Waterfall model. Can you see that here as an image? Right? Simple. This is the way structure going to be takes place. But the problem here it supports only small scale applications. I mean, this model works very well for small scale applications. But if you take a big applications, medium scale applications or large scale applications, it cannot get an immediate feedback. Because we need a feedback. See, you're doing some task in the sense, I need to, should be some sense, right? Should be some, give some feedback and report. You should be able to get a result. Then only you can able to get a confidence. Suppose you're writing some code, you're executing some package installation. Nothing but what? You have to understand that, okay, whatever you have done task, it is working fine. If not, you cannot confidently move to the next step. Agree? Right? If you're developing one program, you're writing some script. If you execute it, even write it 10 lines instead of writing 100 lines. If you test it, if that works fine, you can easily go for the next further step. But if you write it 100 lines, but even first line it is getting some issue, then you have to debug it 100 lines. It's going to be a very difficult task. Agree this statement? So nothing but what? I need immediate feedback, friends. Or output. If it is doing small task or a big task, I'm not bothered, but I need to get a feedback so that I can able to show to my clusters, I mean my clients, my manager. Suppose he's giving some task, if you show it up, maybe his thought process may change. Okay, whatever output is coming, that is not suits for his requirement. So he may ask to change something. But if you show it up everything completed, if you show it up with something wrong, once again you have to do the effort, right? Once again you have to do the redo work. So that's the problem. So I need immediate feedback. So waterfall model is not going to help you in that case if it is a big scale applications. Nothing but medium scale and large scale applications cannot fit for small. Now I need to go with this agile. Nothing but I need to take a parallel approach. How can I do that? I need to split the application into multiple parts. Then whatever activity we are doing as part of the waterfall model, I can able to do parallelly. Same task, we are iterating multiple times. That is nothing but a incremental model. One of friend is shared that information now, right? So agile model, if you take that. So these all things are going to be taken up. Incremental model. Can you take it up this? Quite interesting. I'm just taking directly from the Google. See, iteration 1, iteration 2, iteration 3. Straight away we are getting. Can you take it? So this is, so nothing but what we are doing here, we are splitting that application into multiple modules, and each module we are going to take it simultaneously. Okay, so next evaluation. So first you taken bike, for example, right? So that is really helping. But next level you are moving. So in that case, bike is not sufficient. You need to go a little longer journey. Initially, you take up to, for example, 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers radius, but next 100 kilometers, then I cannot travel daily with bike. So in that case, we're going to take a next level of, I mean, the best vehicle, right? The same way, I need to initially just whatever implemented my application, it's a small scale, but next level it is little multiple modules, big applications are coming, like complete telecom domain, complete retail domain is coming. Lot of components going to be there, lot of transactions going to be there. In that case, I cannot achieve it with a single sprint, right? So we have to spend a lot of time, but instead of that, we have to go with the parallel. So that is this nothing but a agile model. Okay, so here we are going to take it multiple features we are going to include, multiple evaluations we're going to take it here with sprints. I'm going to divide the time as a sprint. But every 15 days, I'm going to target and we are going to achieve it, but not complete application. Part of application or piece of an applications. I mean, we're going to divide multiple functional points or maybe modules or maybe services that we're going to take it into the sprints Daily we are going to set up the Scrum calls. These all things will come into the picture. Pair programming, TTD approaches, and the BDD approaches. These all there as part of the Agile. Okay, but Agile is doing great job. Then why DevOps is important? If you take it up that part, even if it is a small scale, if it is a big scale applications, everybody work on their own area. Agree? In Agile means what? There are a lot of people going to be there. Developers going to be there. Administrators going to be there. Designers going to be there. Build and engineers going to be there. But they'll work on their own area. For example, I'm a developer. I have written some code. That's all. I'm going to hand over directly. But is that working, or is this really works for production level for hundreds of or millions of customers? They don't know. Simply, they'll write a test. I mean, the business functionality, and they can hand over with a local testing. But really, that stuff, even maybe 10 lines of code, maybe whatever is written perfect, but for millions of customers, it supports or not. That's what multiple requests, if it is hitting that application, hitting that code, is going to support or not. You cannot think. So that is one problem. Even administration side also, if you take that, they're going to bring it up on a infrastructure according to the instructions. But really, what we are expecting, and whatever instructions I'm getting, I don't want to do that. Really, what business is required, you have to analyze it. You have to scale it up accordingly. That level of out-of-boxing thinking is required. But how can you get it that? If you know about your complete application, if you know about complete business of your application, but who is going to provide that kind of facility? How can you get that? It's not easy what we are speaking here, right? So we should be able to allow. So if you talk with the people, then you can able to get. If you interact with the people, then you can able to get it here. So nothing but collaboration is important here. Then how can you get this collaboration? So that collaboration services will provide by the DevOps engineers. Meaning, if developer writing some code, you want to test it quickly without manual intervention. Because if you do that manual intervention, it's going to take a lot of time. For that case, what I need to do that, if I write it something code, should able to take it up quickly and able to build it, able to test it, able to see the result. But this activity, who is going to provide? So somebody need to provide this kind of service. Nothing but continuous integration service need to provide it. So this kind of service, nothing but everything should be able to automate it, and I can able to get to know that result, is this working or not? Even if you write it a 5 lines of code, and should be able to deploy it in a at least a simulated environment, a replicated environment quickly. So that can be achieved through continuous integration. For that case, we are going to use it multiple tools. See, tool is not a big deal, friends. There are DevOps, if you take that, hundreds of tools going to be there. If you keep on changing the project, you'll get a different tools. But we are not stick with a tool. We are going to stick with the concept, stick with the business. That is important in our case. So nothing but what? We should be able to understand what code they are developing and where need to deploy it. Is this feasible or not? It can support to the required volumes or not? That is our duty. So for that case, we should be able to enable the service, understand the problem, understand the deployment, or how to launch an application, how quickly you're launching an application. So these all things we have to take care. Okay, so nothing but indirectly we are providing service to the developers. I mean, entire team, I can say that. We are going to support entire team, SDLC level. Right, as part of that, planning going to be there, design going to be there, implementation going to be there, testing going to be there, maintenance also going to be there. Nothing but monitoring, security, blah blah, all these things. Cool. So for that case, we are going to enable continuous integration. For example, if I take it up this scenario, continuous integration, I can able to get the version control system. Nothing but code. Then I'm going to build the applications, like a build an application, test an application, unit test, scan an application. Okay, application, nothing but security.
Hi Ravi, I have a small doubt.
Yes.
Can you please tell me that what is that version control system? Can you tell
Okay,
me in
so
brief
version
manner?
control, yeah, version control system is nothing but, for example, your team, 10 developers are there. Okay, I'm going to ask you, you're a, for example, build, or maybe you're a DevOps engineer. Okay, I'm going to ask you, can you build an application and can you launch an application in a dev environment? But the code is there with the different developers. Okay, for example, one developer is developed one module, another module is developed. Another developer is developed different module, but 10 modules are there. So I need to take 10 modules code, I need to package it, I need to launch it. How can you do that? Will you go each and every developer and you are going to collect the code? It's difficult, right? People going to sit in different locations, different timings, they'll work on it. I cannot able to collect it. So everybody should be able to keep it in a common storage location, right? That is nothing but a repository. And one more important, suppose if I delete something, if I modify something, I should be able to go back to the previous version also, right? If I do something mistakenly, something is deleted, something is modified, if I cannot easily recollect it. I cannot able to recover back if I not maintain the version. Nothing but if I did something modification, if I save it, that is going to be a one version. For example, you modified and you are committed here in the sense second version. We are going to maintain versions in a version control system. So I can able to go with the release version 1, release version 2, release version 3, like that I can able to maintain versions, whichever you required, whichever you want to develop it, you can pull it and you can able to work on it straight away. And I can able to get the code from there itself to build it, to deploy it, whatever you're going to do that. That is nothing but indirectly GitHub. Maybe you heard about somewhere. Yes? Can you confirm, friends? Have you heard about anywhere GitHub?
Yeah. Heard about that.
Okay,
GitHub.
cool. So other folks, can you confirm? You can speak up or you can use in the chat box also. I'm very happy if you respond. Cool, that's nice, Laksha. Okay, that is one thing. Okay, so these are all going to be coming to the part of, but these are all activities I don't want to manually. I want the integration tool. Example, maybe Jenkins. I'm taking one tool, but maybe multiple tools going to be there. Okay, so continuous integration tools going to be there. Example, Jenkins, if I use it, I can able to run all these tasks with one tool. Nothing but I'm going to take a multiple task. I can able to do one job. If I run it, automatically going to take it up with this. Cool. The next example, you are an administrator, Linux administrator or Windows administrator. Okay, you can, if I ask you one server, you are going to quickly create it, you can install and you can able to launch any kind of application. But if I give it 10, if I give 100, if I give 1,000 servers, will you able to do that quickly? Definitely no. Even if I assign to the 2 to 3 people, even if I give a group of people for you also, full of people, still it's not possible in a day. I want to do it within an hour. For example, 1,000 machines configuration. I want to achieve it. This is my target. So nothing but what? I need to write a code, whatever you're going to do that. And that code should be able to execute it in the remote side. Nothing but all the servers, you should be able to connect it and you should be able to install it with your script. So for that case, we are going to use it continuous deployments. There are so many tools going to be there, friends. Okay, so what I want is ultimately maybe 100 servers or 1,000 servers or whatever, I'm not matter. My application should be high available. It may be 1,000 customers or millions of customers. We are not bothered. So nothing but you have to think about it. Your infrastructure will be automated with a code. With that, we are going to execute it with the continuous deployments. So for that case, we are going to use a lot of things. Example, Terraform, Ansible. I'm just giving a one list. You can read about your time whenever you put your time. Okay, what is Terraform? What is an Ansible? What is a Docker? What is a
Puppet.
Kubernetes?
Puppet.
Yes, here. Puppet also will come into the picture. Chef also will come into the picture. SaltStack also will
Octopus.
come into the
Is
picture.
Octopus is comes under continuous delivery?
Yeah. Yes, that is also will come.
Okay.
But that is deployment. Octopus is a deployment, pure deployment tool. But these are combinations, configuration as well as deployment can also do that. Fine. Okay, that's what. If you list it down, it's going to be a big list. That's what I'm saying. Hundreds of tools going to be there. We are not bothered about all those things. You should understand what you need to do then for an application as a DevOps engineer. This stuff. So nothing but continuous integration, continuous deployment. These are all stuff you have to take.
Hi Ravi, a small doubt.
Yes.
Can we learn all these tools, or so some tools are is enough for to become a DevOps engineer?
Initially, few tools are fair enough. Not required all tools.
Okay,
So
but you
going
are
for
saying
a
all
tool,
you are covering all the tools,
knowledge.
Ansible, Puppy, and Chef.
No, not covering. I'm not covering all. See this, that's the reason. See, only
Okay.
one tip. If you know about Ansible, if it is come your way, your project, Puppet, you can able to work. For example, if you know Puppet, you can able to work on Ansible. You can work on Terraform. It's not a
Yeah,
big deal
that is the thing
because you know how
I
to.
want to know that. Okay, one is enough, but
Yes,
you are saying multiple options.
but these are all different, right? See, one tool, for example, continuous integration means I should be able to package my code. Here, what I'm
Yeah,
doing that with
Jenkins
these
is
tools,
enough,
I'm
but
going to pack.
other than Jenkins, we have TeamCity. Yeah, Jenkins is enough, right?
That's what I'm,
For,
that's what
for continuous
that's what
integration.
I'm saying.
Okay.
Exactly. Okay,
Okay.
cool. So that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. As part of the continuous integration, you're packaging. But packaging, if you want to package an application, what tools you want to use it, that's your wish. That's your project decision. Right? You have to suggest it. What is the best one? Normally, what you are going to do that, whatever is the best features going to provide, simple, and you know whatever you are going to use it, that is also important. Okay, I mean resources also important, and the cost also we are going to consider. With that, we are going to choose these tools. But widely, Jenkins, GitHub, right, Maven kind of tools we are going to use it. Good. We are going to learn about this internally. I mean, perfect. So in the CD side also, if you take it up, these are all going to be there. Terraform, Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes, blah, blah things. For example, okay, you launched an application by using Terraform and Kubernetes. Okay, done. But at the same time, those are all up and running are also important, right? You should be able to scale it. So for that case, we are going to use a monitoring tools. Maybe a Datadog, maybe a CloudWatch from AWS, Azure Monitor. It may be anything. So you should be able to use it monitoring tools. It's simple. It's going to collect the information. Okay, is
Yeah,
everything is
Nagus
well?
is also the continuous monitoring tool.
Yes,
Okay.
correct. There are so many.
Okay.
Prometheus, LK, Splunk, Datadog, Nagios, so many, right? So just I can say Prometheus kind of thing we are going to learn. ELK kind of monitoring tools, log monitoring tools, we are going to use it. Not only that, friends, one more important, security is the topmost priority. If you compromise, your application is gone. So no compromise on security. Even if you do automation or not doing, no matter. Agree? So these things are very, very important, security features. So indirectly, you're also a security engineer. You're going to enable the access, enable the authentication, authorization, protection, certificates, enablements, securing your data, your credentials. All these are also going to be a matter. So for this case, what are the things you are going to do that as a DevOps engineer? We are going to do that continuous integration, continuous deployment, continuous testing, continuous monitoring with security. Okay, so for this case, I mean, we are going to make it out complete flow, end-to-end flow. So once it is completed one flow or one project, if you take it up and implement it, you'll get a confident. That's pretty sure, but you have to do that. If you start it, you can easily understand the flow. So these are all activities where you are going to do that. See, treat like these are all like a players. You have a players. They can able to do anything, but platform is also important. Am I right, friends? Okay, platform is also important. So what kind of platforms you are going to use it here? Can anybody list it? Yes. So nothing but what? You can use a cloud platforms or maybe your own data centers. So it's not matter, right? So nothing but private clouds, public clouds. We're going to learn, I mean, we are going to use it, or maybe hybrid. Agree?
Yeah, agree.
Combinations. It's a combination. It may be your own data centers, combination with the clouds like AWS and Azure. Sometimes mix, because I have my already I have my data center, so I cannot able to simply ignore it. So I want to use that also. I can able to get some benefits. I can able to get some cost benefits, right? So those combinations also we are going to take it. That's the reason private cloud, public cloud, combinations are going to be there. It's nothing but public with private, both. Super. Good. This is one point we can able to consider. Okay, now one more important you have to take it up as a DevOps engineer. What you are going to do that is everything you are going to write as a code, your complete infrastructure. For example, I'm going to ask you, hey, can you delete one environment? You should be able to delete it with one click, one command. And I'm going to ask you create a new environment. So environment means what? Your complete application, whatever is required. So if I ask you that question, if I want to launch an application, maximum what are the things are required? One is front-end servers required. Yes or not? Front-end servers required. Second one is back-end servers required. Nothing but databases. So you can treat like this is web servers. This is you can treat like a database servers. Sometimes storage required. Like example, S3 buckets, just like a Google Drive. Sometimes we need some serverless functions required. So these all things are you should able to, if you want to create an environment, these all stuff I want to do that with one command. Meaning you should able to enable, you should able to delete it, you should able to create it your environment with one click. So think of it, how much your automation you're doing that. So here automation means code means what? We are not going to write a logics. No, it's just a declarative method, friends. Think in this way. I have developed already add method, multiplication method, division method, example, subtract method. I'm going to ask you, can you get the sum of the two numbers? Normally, if you are a developer, you are going to write a logic. But as a DevOps engineer, I'm not going to write. Already these methods are available. I'm just going to call this add method 10, 20. That's all. I can get an output. So nothing but we are going to use a ready-made frameworks. Already ready-made frameworks going to be there, but bulk will be there. From that, what you are expecting, you should be able to pull it from there. That is our task, friends. So with that, I can complete infrastructure, I can able to complete application, I can able to deploy it. And a complete application, I can able to delete it. And as well as I can able to scale it. So that we are going to learn as part of the DevOps. Is that clear? Any questions? Yes?
No, Ravi.
Okay. Any other questions? Any other points? Okay. So, for example, you are a DevOps engineer now in a project. I'm going to ask you, can you check it out? Application is working or not? So what you're going to do that, friends? Just chill. Small. Whatever you know that. If it is wrong, also not a problem. I'll give you, for example, servers. I'm going to ask you, can you check application is, or your service is up and running or not? How can you do that? Anybody can? Think of it in a Linux administrator point of view, for example. Definitely, you're going to log into that server and you're going to check that that process is running or not. Agree? So simple. I'm going to connect to the virtual machine. I can able to check that process is running or not. How can you check the process? So Linux administrator. So Linux administrator point of view, I'm going to use a ps command. Simple. If I say that ps-ef and grep my file name or maybe my service name. If I give it, for example, Tomcat, I can get to know that, okay, if it is getting output, it's nothing but it's running. Done. So these kind of activities you should able to, you are going to learn with this DevOps. I'm going to ask you, can you install one particular package? Can you deploy an application? Can you check that that application healthy or infrastructure healthy? Application health checks, you're going to monitor, you're going to check it out. If something is going wrong, then you're going to do that. Cool. Is that clear? Any points? Cool. Good. So overall, what we are going to do that ultimately as a DevOps engineer, we are going to implement it, continuous integration with set of tools, and we are going to make a one workflow and a continuous deployment and infrastructure can be automated. And as well as you're going to monitor it and you're going to test it. This is your task. As part of that, you're going to automate it. For that case, you're going to use it maybe a Python language, maybe a shell script, or maybe a Python PowerShell script or anything. You're going to use it. Nice. So any kind of application, we can easily manage it by using this kind of infrastructure as a code concepts. Cool, friends. Fine. So for this case, we should able to understand completely DevOps workflow and some AWS concepts, a little bit about the Python. If you hands on these three areas, you can able to perform very well. Good, friends. Good. Yeah. So if you have any other questions, I'll take it up next 5 minutes. If you have any questions or doubts, or maybe, I mean, whatever course point of view also, if you have any points, let me know that. So as part of that, our course, we're going to cover all these CI/CD, CI/CD also we're going to cover with end-to-end flow. Nothing but whatever I'm just discussing, right? End-to-end flow with one click or one button, we are going to discuss on this front.
Hello.
Okay, fine. Yes.
Hello. Yeah, hi Ravi. Hi Ravi.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
know anything about Linux administration tools. Can you know? Can you please tell me how do I learn that? How would I learn that?
Okay. Good. Okay. So if you want to learn about complete at least some basic levels of administration and all,
Yeah.
Intellipaat going to provide, okay, one
Already,
self-service.
already. Yeah, we already registered one course, which is AWS with
Okay.
DevOps. In that course, is this content is delivered?
They may provide, I think, as part of that, they'll provide as part of that some self-service
But I
modules for
saw that
Linux
curriculum
administration.
course. I saw that course curriculum. In that course curriculum, they didn't mention about Linux administration.
If you have some that kind of things, right, definitely they're going to provide somewhere. You can just send a
Okay.
one mail, and you can ask, okay, if I want to know about Linux administration and some basic Python program, so what I have to do, they're going to help you on that.
Okay. How do you do that?
You can raise one service, I mean, request support team then, right? If you go into that
Okay.
your LMS page, on that one support ticket, you can raise it, or you can send a mail
Okay.
to support team.
Okay.
Okay,
I want to ask
right.
one thing, Ravi. I have an
Yeah.
application, and I have an application,
Hmm.
and I want to automatically trigger the notification to the user when the application is in sanity checks. How do I do that?
Right. We can use a continuous testing. Okay, that is as part of the continuous testing, you are going to run some test cases. If the test case
Okay.
is success, you are going to send a
Because because
Slack
because
message.
currently I'm working as a deployment team. I have a task on that, so I
Yes.
have to complete that by this weekend.
Example, you want to run a test cases. Use a Jenkins tool. Example, as part of that, you're going to run your test cases through Jenkins. Okay, collect the result. You can validate it, collect it, and validate or verify, I can say. If anything wrong or maybe success or failure, you can get that message, right? If it is success, you can send a message. If it is a fail, you can send a message. So nothing but send in notifications from here to either Slack, or it may be a pager duty, okay, or it may be you can use mail, anything. You can integrate it straight away.
My senior did this task in a different way. He writes some script in a
Okay.
PowerShell, and he executed in
Mm-hmm.
a server. And
Mm-hmm.
if that FTM or some application isn't
But that,
going down, then it automatically pushes
Mhm.
some notification to the users who are supporting that
That's what
application.
that is nothing but a monitoring indirectly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do, that you can use a tool, you can use your own script if it is feasible. Difference, define it.
Uh,
So that's
but
all. That is
I'm
nothing
feeling
but
like
indirectly.
trouble. Yeah, I'm feeling like trouble to write the script. I don't know anything about the PowerShell, so I'm feeling fear. So he helped me in that case.
That's what I'm saying. It is easy actually. Script writing is an easy task. Only thing is that, for example, ultimately what you need to do, that you want to send a mail. So in a
Yeah,
PowerShell, in a Windows machine, what command is going to help you to send a mail? First, get that command. First step. Then you want to send a mail. But when you want to send it, something is event is happened. Some event is happened, right? That event is nothing but
yeah,
maybe it may be a downtime or it may be uptime. Nothing but your service.
yeah,
So nothing but what?
yeah.
In
Sanity
a
checks.
exactly, in a regular interval. Nothing but you can set one cron tab scheduler. Nothing but that scheduler will run
Event
your
scheduler.
check event scheduler, and the scheduler what it does, it will going to check that your application is up and running or not. Okay, If that is up and running, if it is not running, then you can use that command to trigger a mail. That's all. Nothing but these two activities you are making right one script, like a abc.ps1 script, and this abc.ps1 script you are going to execute it with the scheduler. That's all. Done your task.
Yeah. Yeah, it is
So
simple,
nothing
but
but
when I'm writing the script, it is feel like a very trouble for me.
that's what. Don't feel that it's a trouble. It's going to be hard. Don't
Okay.
write too much of logic also.
Because I don't have
First
any
start with
experience
your
on that.
start it if you just think in this way. Actual script
Okay.
what is doing that, whatever you want to do that, you are going to execute it through script. That's all. See, if you once you
Okay.
log in the server, you're able to execute it also. That's the commands. But instead of that, instead of executing multiple commands by hand, we are keeping in a file and we are executing. That is nothing but a script indirectly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Understand.
Okay. Okay. Great, friends. Fine. Thank you, and hope you learned something from this discussion, and and try to start it your whatever you're interested. I mean, DevOps course point of view, like this CI and all. Just start it initially with administration basics and the programming basics, and then you can jump into the DevOps. Okay, cool, friends. You can do that also simultaneously, but don't ignore these two activities. It's important. Fine, great. Yeah, Mujahid, do you have any question?
Now, this particular DevOps training that you people are going to provide, how is this conducted?
Right.
Now, Mr. Ravi,
It's going to be
facing problem in writing the script, right? So the training part of
no.
it, when you people give us the training, do you think this
Yes.
training will be helpful for us, or will we be able to become fluent in this training?
Exactly. I'll tell you that how to do that. So as part of our sessions, okay, we are going to demonstrate in a practical. Maximum 80% is going to be a practical as part of the session. Okay, so they're going to give the concept, and immediately they're going to jump into the servers and how to configure, how to launch, and how to write scripts like this CI/CD concepts and all. Everything they're going to write it by hand, or some way from where I can able to get some points from that source. Also, we're going to use it official source, and we're going to copy it, and how to build it also we're going to show it up. So with that session, whatever we are demonstrated, you have to do that simultaneously or maybe offline time. If you do that one time, you will get a confidence, and we will give you different scenarios. Then you have to start it on that front. So nothing but each module we are going to demonstrate it, plus we're going to give an assignments. Okay, that assignments you have to complete it. If you face some problems, if you not understand, always our support team is going to be there to help you to complete that task. But first you have to try it your way first. That's better always. It's going to help you a lot. You have to trouble it. You have to pain that, I mean, the issue to configure. Then you can touch up with the people. Then once it is done, then next task you can automatically get it. So each and every module will have assignments, and at the end of the course, you'll get a complete mini project. You have to complete it. So you'll get a hands-on. So here it is important. We are, I mean, targeted hands-on, not just giving teaching something and we ignore it. It cannot help.
Yeah, Ravi. Hands-on experience is more best while we are learning new courses.
Exactly. That's what the point. We are giving multiple scenarios with case studies and assignments, and we're going to do that. And sometimes in between, we're going to conduct the assignment sessions as well. So live, I mean, directly like a workshops, we're going to provide. That is also there.
This is a training conducted daily, or how is it? Any idea? Or
So it depends. There are different batches there, weekdays and weekends. Fine. Good.
So this DevOps is once again.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can take it. What's your question? Sorry, Mujahid.
Yeah, the DevOps training is for all the three. You mean to say AWS, Azure and or how's it? Is it only for AWS?
Most of the time we are going to cover AWS, because if you mix it up, then it will be mess up, right? All the things. So first take one tool, but then after that you can able to simulate it. But the concept wise will be the same. Any cloud, I mean, it's a maximum individual choice. I mean, individual trainer choice going to be there, AWS or Azure and Google Cloud. But widely, but our team completely is going to use AWS, maximum 90%.
So for this, we have to get in touch with your sales team or the support team.
Which one? I didn't get your last point.
I'm talking about the training that you people are going to provide. It is AWS/DevOps training, right?
Yes, it is. It is actually combinations, we can say. Sometimes, okay, if you need a little more and you want to make it like a cloud side also in the deeper side, then AWS architect and AWS administration kind of courses
Yeah,
also
some
there.
master's cloud architect program is there. It covers all the
That's
things.
it.
DevOps and AWS. Yeah, Splunk, Linux, and all are covered in that master course.
Yes.
So as per your suggestion, we have to start learning first on Python and Linux administration.
Okay. First, I mean, start with the DevOps. Simultaneously, these two activities you have to learn it. That's what the point. Fine.
So you need to have a programming knowledge. I mean to say.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying, right? So you will get it some self-paced training, I mean videos from Intellipaat. You can you can offline time you can attend it, and just you'll get a little hands-on, and simultaneously you can attend DevOps and the AWS courses.
Okay,
fine.
Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Hello, Ravi. I
Thank
have
you,
small
guys.
doubt. Hello, Ravi.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Ravi.
Hello.
Yeah, please.
Sorry to interrupt you. I have small doubt. You already told me some of the basic programming knowledge is required for this DevOps engineer. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If I know that Python language, okay, should I learn some advanced concepts in Python or basic concept is enough?
Yeah, basic is fair enough.
Okay, basics means in the sense, which topics?
Like the
Like
core
some for
Python.
loops.
Exactly.
Hello.
Yes, correct. Basic core program is, I mean, basics like what is oops, what is the loops, what is if condition, right? What is an array?
Okay.
That level is fair enough.
Okay, that is enough for writing any coding scripts.
Exactly. On top of only you are going to use some frameworks like some packages and all. That is a different case. That's quite.
Okay, because Python, if you are going to Python, there will be so many topics are present. Those are required for this DevOps engineer or not? I am asking on that.
Not required. Not required. You'll get
Okay.
automatically. So you know that what is the purpose of if it is other tools are coming. I mean, if you use it, for example, other packages, you'll automatically going to touch it. But according to your requirement. But initially, if you have these things, those are all you'll feel automatically okay. It's straightforward. You're going to use it.
Okay. Okay, right.
One
Thanks.
last question, Dr. Mani.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, like, the guys who are in a different field, like I'm into networking. Okay, I would like to go into now this cloud computing is the latest in the market.
Right.
Everybody talks about cloud. Now, is it
Exactly.
possible for me to shift directly to this cloud?
Yes, you can.
Do you think
Because
the training is enough, fair enough to get a job, or is it you require again 3 years of experience? You know,
Not required. Not required. See, you have already experience. You know about how corporate world, right? You have that knowledge. Now, only thing is that in a DevOps engineering, what kind of task you are going to perform. That level, if you need to know, if you complete our case study, you'll get to know that okay, what are the tasks going to be there as part of the project. Then accordingly, you can able to perform. Right?
So with this training, do you think I can jump into DevOps? Is it possible?
Yes, definitely, 100%. But if you
honestly, I can provide this training as a 3 years of experience. Possibilities are there.
Yes, exactly. You can able to perform up to 3 to 5 years experience. You get. But if you completed case study,
How
honestly,
long,
you're
how long is this? Yeah, how long
Sorry,
is this
Vijay.
training, Ravi? Any idea? How long is the training?
It's going to be, if you attend daily, right, weekdays, it's going to be a 1 month or it's around 1.5 months it's going to take. Because daily, I mean weekly four sessions are going to be there, nothing but 8 hours. Like that, 40 hours going to be discussed total. Plus your case studies and all you have to complete it. Right? That is also good. So I can say 2 months you have to take it your time for this to complete with case studies completion.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, great. Yeah. Thank you guys, and have a great day. And thanks a lot. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you, Ravi, for your wonderful session.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot.